What is going on, guys? The Inside Loop podcast, and today we have an NFL playoff predictions. Of course, the playoffs right around the corners, and with this year's playoffs, I kind of love every single game, right? I feel like every single game kind of has a little storyline, right? I think with this, with this teams, we look at the NFC, Mike McCarthy legacy game against the Packers, maybe. We all know that the Packers moved on from Mike McCarthy. The Cowboys snagged him. Cowboys looking for a deep run, right? With the Rams against Lions, I feel like this is one of the games that everybody's really looking forward to. Jared Goff against Matt Stafford. The trade, of course, we all know Matt Stafford was a Lion. Jared Goff was a Ram. They were traded. Rams went on to win the Super Bowl. All of that shenanigans. Both very good teams. And then with this Eagles vs. Bucks game, Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield having a solid year. This is really the Baker year. Is Baker going to bake against the Eagles? Now for this Steelers vs. Bills game, Bills snuck away into the playoffs and found a way with the 2 seed. Of course, winning all those games, moving on to 11-6, winning the division. Mike Tomlin, what are we going to see with this Mason Rudolph? Are we going to see some good play out of Mason Rudolph, or is he going to absolutely crap the bed in Buffalo? Now, we have the Tyreek Hill game. Dolphins going into Arrowhead. It's going to be cold. Dolphins have only beaten one over 500 team. That was the 12-5 Dallas Cowboys. And of course, the final game, number 5 seed Browns taking on CJ Stroud and the Texans. It would have been even better if Deshaun Watson was healthy. But this is Joe Flacco and his team going to try and prove a point on why they should be in the playoffs. And how about Joe Flacco, man? Did not see that coming, but of course, we got some picks. And they're, I feel like with this, with these playoffs, anything can really happen, right? Who knows? Maybe Green Bay just goes into Dallas, shuts up the Dallas Cowboys after the Dallas Cowboys being undefeated at home, and they win a game. We don't know. But we're going to start off with the AFC, finish off with the NFC, and then, of course, we're going to save the divisional playoffs for next video, conference championship, and Super Bowl. So it'll kind of be 3 parts, in my opinion, unless, I change my mind in this video, and we just do it all in one, depending on time and how long I take. But anyways, let's go to the first game in the AFC. Number 7 seed, Pittsburgh Steelers, kind of just drew a blank there. Taking on the number 2 seed, Red Hot Buffalo team, taking on Bills Mafia. And I think a lot of things go into this game. TJ Watt is injured. How is this defense going to play? How are the turnover factor going to be in this game? We know that as many touchdowns as Josh Allen has thrown this year, his turnovers have been ugly. He threw a few against that Dolphins game, but they found a way to beat that team and enter the playoffs. So, right now, I got the Buffalo Bills, man. I don't really see how they can lose this game to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just can't. I think Buffalo is too hot right now, and they're taking on a Steelers team that, in my opinion, isn't very good, without TJ Watt especially. Now we get to one of the best games in the first round. Of course, a lot of NFL fans pissed off that this game's on Peacock, and I'm one of them. No way that probably, in my opinion, the best game on paper, either this game or the Lions game, in my opinion, should be anywhere near Peacock. But anyways, Patrick Mahomes is deadly in the playoffs regardless. Whether he has had an amazing season or has been okay. Team found a way to, take the number 3 seed. Rashee Rice, I expect to play a big game. Travis Kelce in the playoffs is always deadly. And we all know Patrick Mahomes. But on the other side, Mike McDaniels going into Arrowhead. It's going to be cold. This is going to be a cold game according to the weather. And the Dolphins don't play particularly well in the cold, as obviously they're in Miami. It's red hot in Miami all the time. But I think the big thing is how Tyreek Hill is going to play. that comes down to the defense. I expect the Chiefs defense to play very well, and I got them winning. Okay, I really think that they're going to take down the Miami Dolphins. And then for the final game in the AFC, CJ Stroud against Joe Flacco. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of CJ Stroud. I really am. You know, they got away with the win against the Colts in a close one. That game was very close, and it came down to a drop that really ended the Colts' hopes of making the playoffs. I really think 2, 3, and 4 are going to win this. I think CJ Stroud, they didn't play well. They did not play well when they played without CJ Stroud, right? Amari Cooper had a legacy game. Joe Flacco had a legacy game. But I think we're going to ride with the Texans. So the 2, 3, and 4 teams are going to win. Now, we're going to head to the NFC. We're going to Jerry's World. We're going to AT&T Stadium. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Green Bay Packers, baby. And we have the Dallas Cowboys going in and defeating the Green Bay Packers. I just think that the Dallas Cowboys are way too talented, and that defense might tear apart Jordan Love. I mean, give credit to the Packers. They got some very good young pieces on that team. Jordan Love has looked good down the stretch. This offense has looked good down the stretch. Aaron Jones is playing well, but don't know if it's going to be enough to take down the Dallas Cowboys. But hey, I would not be surprised if Green Bay did find a way, because they have kind of had Dallas's number in the playoffs. Of course, we know the Des Bryant catch, and Aaron Rodgers taking down the Dallas Cowboys, all that. But now we get to probably my favorite game in the NFC, at least. Taking on the Rams, taking on the Detroit Lions. And honestly, I'm probably just going to do everything in one video. I feel like splitting up, not the way to go. So we're going to do everything in one video. So we have the Rams taking on the Lions going in. It's going to be a close game, I think. I think both of these quarterbacks are going to play very well. I think what it comes down to is mistakes by the Detroit coaching staff and this run game, right? I don't know how Kyron Williams is going to be against this Lions defense, because this Lions defense against the run is very good. And in my opinion, I think the Rams defense has some holes. I know Aaron Donald's a stud. We all know Puka Nacua and his story, and Cooper Kupp. Probably one of the better duos, wide receiver duos, left in the playoffs, in my opinion. This is going to be a good one, but I ultimately have the Rams going in, and the first game where I think the higher seed is going to win. And now we have probably in my opinion, the hardest game to predict. Buccaneers, the number 4 seed, taking on the Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles have stunk in these last 6 weeks. 1-5. They've lost games to the Giants. They've lost games to the Cardinals. They've gotten their ass whooped by the 49ers, Cowboys. This is this game. And this is also an Eagles team that's suffering from some injuries. Jalen Hurts has a messed up finger. I don't think Devontae Smith is going to play. I think his ankle is too messed up. A.J. Brown had an injury at MetLife. And I cannot trust this Eagles defense one bit. So, with that being said, the Buccaneers are going to take down the Philadelphia Eagles. So, we look at the seeding. 1, 2, 3, and 4 have survived. 5. So, I think if I had to take a change, it may be the Browns overtaking the Texans. But that's about it. That's just what I think. I mean, you can make the argument that Philadelphia wins, but I can't. I don't know if I see Philadelphia defeating the Bucks because just their offense is skeptical with Jalen Hurts being hurt. No pun intended there. The issues with their defense because their defense looks garbage. And if Baker Mayfield can play good enough to feed Mike Evans, feed Godwin, feed Rashad White, and all of his weapons, I think this team could beat the Eagles. I really do. And now we get to the AFC. Stroud taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Really, really good game. I think Baltimore's a really good team. I think CJ Stroud is really good. I think it's going to be a solid game. I'm not sure if the Ravens going to be able to blow them out, but also this is a young Texans team. They have all the energy in the world right now. They're in the playoffs. They're looking to make a name for themselves if they already haven't, winning around. But I think this Ravens team is too good. I do. I think this Ravens team is too damn good. It's going to be very tough to beat them. And now, with this game, Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be a good one, man. Josh Allen against Mahomes can't really, make it any better. But I'm going to be taking the Buffalo Bills, baby. I think the fact that they got in, it's scary. I think if Josh Allen plays good enough and this defense plays good enough, they could beat any team in this league. I really do. And now, this is where things get spicy. This is where things get a little, what happened here. We got the 49ers, a stud team, an absolute wagon of a team. They're taking on the Rams. Now, I think the Rams are a pretty damn good team. I think just because they're number 6 seed, I don't think that means a damn. I think this team is good. They got the wide receiver weapons. If their O-line can hold up and they can run the ball well and control this game, they could be very good. Because that's what the Niners do. If they control this game and they get off to a hot start, it's going to be really tough for this Rams team to come back. But I think they got all the weapons in the world where, this isn't a thing that we worry about this offense. I don't think that's the thing. I think the thing with the Rams is I worry about their defense, if anything, against a good 49ers team. And with this 49ers team, they're coming off a bye. Rams coming off a huge win over the Detroit Lions. I think the Rams have all the momentum in the world, and they're going to pull off the upset. They're going to be defeating the 49ers. Hot take? Listen, I can't take every high seed. I just can't. I just cannot. So give me the damn Rams upsetting on the road against the 49ers. Call me crazy. I don't care. All right? Don't give a damn, okay? Feed me them. Feed me the Rams. All right? This is a team that's coming off a big win against the Lions. Close game, 27-23. You name it. And now we get Baker Mayfield going into Jerry's world. I think the Bucs might be screwed for this game. I'm not gonna lie. I think them beating the Eagles. I think the Cowboys are a much better team than the Eagles. They're much healthier, and I think this is a quick game. I really do. I don't think the Bucs have much of a chance against the Cowboys, and it hates me picking them. I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys. So now we got the AFC Conference Championship. We got the number 2 seed Bills taking on the number 1 seed Ravens. I think these are the two best teams in the AFC. going into the playoffs. I think the Bills deserve to be in the playoffs, and I think they're going to make a run with Josh Allen. I really do. I don't think the Ravens have played a good enough team, especially in the playoffs. Like, I don't think the Texans are nearly as good as the Buffalo Bills. So this is a Buffalo Bills team that's much better than the Texans, and I'm very well considering taking the Ravens here, but I think with this Buffalo Bills team, they could definitely shock the world, but they're also playing on the road. Okay, so this is Josh Allen on the road against a very good defense. Now, I think with this defense, just like I said in the previous one, is that this is a Baltimore Ravens team that can create a lot of turnovers, and that could be a problem for the Buffalo Bills, because if they turn the ball over a lot, that could be very worrisome for me. If I put money on this game and I put on Buffalo, I think the biggest thing that I worry is the turnovers with Josh Allen, because if he's throwing up 2 picks in this game, Ravens can very well put that to points, because this is a Ravens team. They just signed Dalvin Cook. I don't know how much of an impact Dalvin Cook is going to make, but if he returns to the form that we once saw, that's dangerous, right? That's very dangerous. Baltimore is a very talented team. I think, with these 4 teams remaining, you could argue they might have the most talent aside from Dallas, in my opinion. I think Josh Allen deserves to be the MVP, especially with the playoffs like here. This is very tough for me to take. I really want to take the Baltimore Ravens here. I don't know if there's a team that can honestly defeat them, because I think turnovers are going to be an issue for Buffalo. I think they get away with it against Kansas City. Because I also think if they pressure Patrick Mahomes and they do like what other teams have done to Mahomes, it's gonna be a long day for Mahomes. Because that O-line, if they can't protect him, he's not gonna be able to make those flashy throws to Rice and Kelsey, especially if they lock them down. Because for sure I can't trust Kadarius Toney or Marquez Valdez-Scantling to make a catch. But now we get to the Dallas game, and this sickens me. This absolutely sickens me. But I think this is a Rams team that's red hot. And you can call me crazy for having the LA Rams going to the Super Bowl. But this is Matt Stafford. This guy is clutch. This guy is a damn beast. Okay? This guy has an amazing offense behind him. All the studs in the world. And we all know the Dallas Cowboys are known for choking. This is Mike McCarthy. This is Dak Prescott. This is CeeDee Lamb. I think they do an amazing job. I think they take care of the Green Bay Packers and the Bucs, because they're nowhere near. Those are probably, you could honestly argue, the 2 worst teams in the NFC remaining in this playoff conference. So, I'm going to tell you this right now. No more Jerry's World. This is going to be the time where the LA Rams spoil it and give me the LA Rams going against the Baltimore Ravens. Listen, I think if I had to redo this, I think I love this prediction. I think Dallas has a very easy way to the playoffs. I think they have a very easy way to the conference championship. I think they could easily take care of Green Bay if Dak plays a really good game and they run the ball well and they do all that. I think with the Buccaneers, I don't think they have the talent against Dallas, and I think they're going to get smoked. And then this is an LA Rams team that I think matches up well in terms of quarterback and running back and wide receivers. I think Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are going to be a problem for this defense. Because if you double Puka, don't forget about Cooper Kupp. don't forget about these other weapons that LA has. They could be very creative with this offense, and that's why I think they could beat some of these teams. Now, you could make the argument that, San Fran could take care of the LA Rams, but I think this LA Rams team is really freaking good. I really do. And I think this Baltimore Ravens team is very good. I think that game against Buffalo against Ravens, I think Josh Allen is going to turn the ball over too much. And 4, I know everybody wants my prediction. Are the Rams going to take another one home, or is it going to be the Baltimore Ravens? And I think, I'm going to say this, and I know this is completely off context. His buddy just won a national title. Jim Harbaugh wins a title for Michigan. It's going to be the Harbaugh year. Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh, give me the Baltimore Ravens going in and defeating the Los Angeles Rams, baby. That's going to do it. The Rams had an amazing run to the playoffs. They kicked the Lions' butt. They went into San Fran. They beat the Niners that everybody was doubting them. They beat Jerry's World. The Dallas Cowboys. And then they get spoiled by Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Anyways, guys, this has been a fun one to make. Of course, this has been the Inside the Boot podcast and my prediction for the playoffs. Baltimore Ravens taking it home. I know the Jim Harbaugh and the John Harbaugh thing does not make any sense, but it's going to be a damn storyline, and I'm predicting it. Jim Harbaugh did it for Michigan. John Harbaugh is going to do it for Baltimore, baby. That's going to do it for this video. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And, of course, turn those post notifications on so you always know when I make videos like this. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.